Okay, this is episode 2 of the Healing Diaries. If you watched the last one, you might be asking, like, why are you wearing the same clothes? And I know that it looks that way, and that's because it is. However, I'm washing them, don't worry. I'm just wearing my emotional support clothes. And it's been like 2.5 weeks since I ended that video and said I was going to turn around and start the next one, and I was going to do it weekly, but I think I'm just going to I'm just going to do it as needed, or I don't know, because I'm not actively like reading like I was and wanting to do videos like I wanted. So like right now, this is just what I'm doing, and it's a way to keep myself busy and something to do, I guess. And it's been like 2.5 weeks since that, and that's just because I had a couple setbacks. I had some messages come in, people asking for their things, and that was rough. Didn't expect to get that message so soon, and it just kind of like, it seems like such a final thing, and so I was struggling with it and struggling with how to reply. And then when I did reply, of course, things, I mean, they're not just going to be fixed tomorrow, are they? I've had other relationships, like with my friends, who I probably need more now than ever, and they've really been struggling through all this. And I also had a setback there because of another message I got. So I've been struggling in a couple different places, and then the job thing is still, I got turned down for a job I applied for, which would have been really good money and benefits, and I could have worked from home. So yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks. I don't really know the theme of this one. I'm gonna try to read a little more. Got a book about breakups. Just to see, I guess. And I've read the first 5 pages, and it's so interesting to see how similar everybody feels in the situation. And you can relate to thousands of people that have read the same book and the author talking about it, but the person who should be able to relate to you and know you the best, which is your partner, cannot understand the feelings you're having and with the way you're acting. And I'm just like, how do these strangers understand it perfectly, but your own partner doesn't? So, and it's just like other things that are just coming up in life, like his birthday is Sunday. Today is Friday. So that's happening. It's just making me think about the things I was going to get in, or like if he's having a good day or not, or thinking about his birthday last year and everything that I did for him, because and then exactly a month after his birthday is my birthday, and last year we went to Universal, to Harry Potter World with my family, and it was just like the best trip ever. Like, and I've been on plenty of trips, I've been around the world, and this was just like one of the best weekends of my life. And so it's really hard to not only just have that memory that's so surreal, but also having such a significant part of it be a sensitive subject now. So it's just like, it's really hard to even like try to remember it for good memories at this point now. It just feels so like I would do anything to go back to that weekend, or I would do anything to go back to that weekend in New York a couple months ago. Not that that was an amazing trip, but that's just because the last time we were together and stuff. So, and I had been doing a little better for all intents and purposes. I'm not good, and I'm not over anything, but it stopped being like consistent intrusive thoughts, or just always being stuck on like thinking about him moving on, or what we were supposed to have and stuff. I'm still having those thoughts, but for like a couple days, or like it was like it calmed down, and I was seeing some people, like some friends and stuff, and then those messages came in, and then I went to upload the footage from the first Healing Diaries into my computer, and I found some clips that I had never used in a video that I ended up not uploading the whole video, but I'd never even edited it. So I just found some clips of some of the things that me and Kev had been doing the last couple days he was in town. And that was it. Maybe it wasn't the last couple days he was in town this last time, but the time before that. So I got caught up looking at those couple of clips, and then I ended up going back and watching some of my old YouTube videos and then seeing him in there and seeing like how happy I looked and like. So I'm not really sure what I'll be doing or how long this video is going to go. I think I'm going to try to keep them to a week, otherwise I would just be recording for weeks. So it's Friday now. I'll probably record the weekend and then through the rest of the week, maybe, I don't know. Or just until Friday and try to edit it or edit it as I go. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I've just been kind of blah. Just feeling blah. Feeling empty. Feeling like I just want to talk to my best friend. And I can't. And knowing that he feels... like when you first, break up or whatever, you're always like, are they even going to remember me? Are they going to miss me? And then you hit a point where you know they do. And you know they will. But it's still not enough for them to reach out. So, I don't really know what I'm doing tomorrow. Might try to read a little, clean up. I also have to start packing his stuff. I really don't want to do that. And I know he's going to send my stuff next week, which means it'll probably get here right before my birthday. I don't even think I'm going to do anything for my birthday, to be honest. I think I'm okay with that. I don't usually, But last year, my birthday was, like, amazing. And not just because of him, but, like, my family. Like, my mom did that trip. My mom is the only person that has always just, like, gone above and beyond to make sure that I felt celebrated on my birthday. And I want to go back to Universal Studios so bad, but now I'm just like, I don't even know if I can. I was like, I'm not going to do a long intro again. Those were like the worst. Yeah, so it's pretty late. Anyway, I'll probably just watch some TV or something. I'm probably not going to read anything else tonight. I just really don't want to pack his stuff. I don't want to, like, move it from the last place he put it either. So stressful. And on top of all of it, the breakup, the friends just like that going completely haywire. And then like on top of it, just like not even having a job or having any kind of money to like take care of myself right now. It's pretty pitiful, actually. And I know that it's like, oh, that's like the perfect recipe to just like completely restart and find yourself and all that stuff. It's like, I liked where I was. I loved it. And it's where I had always wanted to be. And that's probably why when I started to just like lose control and I was just in a really low place, I think I was just so angry that I got there because I was so happy. It doesn't matter now. Can't even tell him now. Not that I think it would matter. I'm just not having a good night. I wasn't having a great day, and then I had like a little moment of like being okay, and I'm just not having a good night. It's just like the intrusive thoughts are not good tonight. Just like, like if you've ever been through a breakup, you think like, especially if you're still in love with the person, like when it happened, then after, like you just start thinking of like the worst things. What are they doing? Who are they with? Are you getting butterflies for someone? Are they okay? How was your day? Like just dumb stuff. Like you go from talking to someone every day. Especially us because, a large part of our relationship was long distance and dealing with it. So it's like we talked a lot because we couldn't see each other sometimes for weeks or months. So it's like, yeah, we were on the phone talking a lot and texting and stuff. So like to go from consistently communicating to just nothing and having like the worst time of your life, like one of the worst times of your life, and not being able to talk to your best friend about any of it. It sucks. And I would not wish that on anyone. I think my goal this week, and again, it can change because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's going to message me, and I don't know. I'm going to try to read a little bit of the breakup book that I got, and I'll show it tomorrow. Depending on how my mental state is, I might also pick up the overthinking book, but I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I mean, I'm not the biggest like nonfiction reader, so it just depends. And like I said, I have that suspense thriller book, so if I just need to get my mind off it, I'll either read, or I've been playing a little bit of Disney Dreamlight Valley again. And then I still have Zodiac Academy I can pick up a little bit. And my graphic novels and stuff I could always try. So there's options. It's just once I get up, I like turn the TV on or something, because I said this in the last one, I just don't want to sit in silence. Because then like thoughts can come in, but like they're coming in anyway. So like the idea of sitting in silence is scary. So sometimes even if I'm kind of like even if I'm feeling like I want to pick up a book, sometimes I just won't, because I'm like, I don't want to be quiet. I don't want to do it. So, yeah. I also said that sometimes when I wanted to record videos, but I was in a slump, the knowing that I was making a video would hold me accountable to do it. So I'm kind of hoping like with these healing diaries, I'll hold myself accountable to like be taking care of myself, you know? Like, okay, well, today the goal is to like get out of the house, to brush your teeth and your hair in the same day. My goal tomorrow is do some dishes, maybe read a little bit, and if we're feeling ambitious, do some laundry, which I did some today. I actually cleaned up a little bit today, but yeah, that's the goal tomorrow, I guess. So it's the next day. I know it doesn't look like the next day. I'm in the same spot, same shirt. This is just my emotional support shirt right now. Had a pretty blah day. Just kind of woke up blah. And then earlier today, I'm in a wedding in a couple months, and I have to have a maroon dress. And so there's this little dress shop that was going out of business next to my parents' store. And so my mom just let me know that she saw some maroon dresses, and I went up there to look at them. And they have the dresses sitting outside on sale. And it's like prom dresses and like event dresses and stuff. And then I walk up, and the guy's like, I'm just going to take them inside. Like, so, you know, I'll look at them inside or whatever. And I walk in, and it's just wedding dresses everywhere. We weren't engaged, I know that, but we only asked each other to elope. So, I mean, like verbally, I guess. Engaged, or engaged to be engaged, or whatever. You know, I never like pictured marrying anyone until him, so it's like no big deal or whatever. And then obviously tomorrow is his birthday. I mean, it's after 9 here, so it's already his birthday in Ireland. And I thought, he messaged me this morning because I asked him a question about my stuff last night. And then I just said thanks to his response, and then I got a notification. Like, I don't have my phone. I haven't had my phone in months, and my mom has it. But she said I got a notification, so I went to look at it, but it just said that he was typing, and then there wasn't a message, and it was such a dumb thing to be sad about. I hope he has a good day tomorrow. It's one of those moments where, like, you love someone so much that you wish for nothing but the best for them, but you also know that no one is ever gonna love them the way that you did. So you feel bad for them, and you feel bad for yourself. went out to meet my parents and stuff and their friends, and we, just went out to meet them, and I sat down. I don't think I was there for like 20 minutes, and then I just came back. I just left and I came home, and now I feel bad about leaving. I haven't read anything today. I might try to read some tomorrow, and it's dumb and I sound like a crazy person, but I went and got myself a little cake to eat tomorrow. I just am like wondering if he's like even thought about his birthday last year, because he just said to me so many times that everything I did for him last year, that was the best birthday he's ever had, and no one had ever done anything like that for him before, and I just wonder if he's thought about it. We both had the best birthdays we had ever had last year, and now we're alone for those birthdays. Well, he's not alone, he's at a festival, but for all intents and purposes. So that kind of sucks, and that's kind of sad. But I think I'm just gonna watch some TV again tonight. I'm just not in the mood to read because I haven't been in a great mood. And this video so far is just gonna be talking. I mean, who cares about that? This is I'm trying not to overthink it too much. This is mostly for me to go back and look at one day, or for anybody that's going through this, maybe anything I'm saying really clicks, because you sound like a crazy person when you say it, but the second you're going through it and you seek out any kind of like validation or research or anything, you realize that if you were the one that was broken up with, the feelings you're feeling, you're not crazy. Everyone is having those feelings, especially if it was a breakup that was fast and cold and you were still in love with each other when it happened, and people did it for selfish reasons. You understand how blindsided and like how flipped upside down everything is, and it's just like, how do millions of strangers relate that much and be able to understand each other that much, but the person you were supposed to be spending your life with and your partner doesn't understand you enough to talk it out or fix it, or it's just a lot of talking. I'm sorry. Because of that, I will issue a formal apology now in the cutest way possible. Gonna stretch. Wow! You're keeping me going, you know that, kid? Okay, right. Get up, watch some TV. Just do something. I don't really have any other plans for tomorrow other than eating a piece of cake. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else for him, or things we used to do together, or places we used to go. That's not what tomorrow is going to be for me, because I know that that's not fair to myself. I gave myself getting a piece of cake, and that's all I'm doing. But my mom doesn't have to work tomorrow. She usually works on Sundays, and she doesn't have to work tomorrow. So I'll be able to see my mom, which will be nice, and probably my dad. And I specifically scheduled therapy tomorrow to happen tomorrow. Get up and watch TV. That's my goal tonight. I at least made it out of public before I started crying, walking back to my car. Today is his birthday, and I wouldn't say I've had a good day. I was mentally prepared for today to be really, really, really hard, and it's just been kind of neutral. He's obviously been on my mind a lot, but I got to go out with my mom and went to therapy, and then my dad came over for a little bit, so I've been kind of busy all day. He did message me today. I have no idea what it is. It's probably nothing, but I'm like, why message me on your birthday? I didn't reach out to you. even though it was on my mind all day long, that it felt wrong to not tell him happy birthday. I have to keep telling myself, like, even though as a person I want to tell him that, he broke up with me and he wouldn't talk to me. Like, you were making it clear that you don't want me in your life right now, maybe forever. So why would I? You know, like, even though my entire being is telling me to tell him that. But it's like 6:30 right now, which means it's after midnight for him and it's not his birthday anymore. It is still his birthday here. So it's like this time last year, he had no idea that when we were getting ready to go to the bar we always go to, he had no idea that we were getting ready to go to a surprise party. And if he did, I don't think he would have ever guessed what happened when he was there. And I just realized a year ago today was the day I gave him a key to my house. I wanted him to have that key because I thought we were gonna make this house ours. Well, it's mine again. Except this time it feels so empty. When I say that, like, everything was an adventure, I mean, like, just going to the store or driving around. We would, like, stop and get snacks or fun drinks, or even just, like, going to Cane's, and when they would ask for our name, we would just, mostly him, but it would make me laugh. He would just give him, like, a dumb name, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was just funny to see through our relationship how he found just being goofy again. Because he told me, like, he was like, I couldn't tell you the last time I was goofy or I was like this. And he's like, and I love that. I remember last year too, we ran around for his birthday and, like, all of the stuff he was signed up for, like restaurants or drinks or something, we went around and got all his birthday freebies, and it was just like we just made the most of everything. Went from reading romance books to breakup books. So I was having a rough night last night. That was the clips of me crying, watching videos. Those were the videos that I had found in my my folder of unedited videos and stuff. So I was very emotional last night. Went out to see my family and left like 20 minutes later. Like, I just was having an emotional night. Because I got a message from him. And this is something I am personally working on with myself in therapy, everything. I react so strongly, no matter what the emotion is, when something happens or someone says something. Whereas when I was a kid, I wouldn't react at all. And that was like an issue for people, or I don't know. So now I feel like it's just all coming out, and that also could just be me growing. And now I have to learn how to deal with this the way you learn to deal with certain emotions when you're younger. Like, all of this is new. So, and I just think with how everything had kind of been going this whole time, my initial reaction is to look at it negatively. And he had just sent like a pretty general message about something, and I came home last night, was pretty emotional, all that stuff. And then today, woke up not having a great morning. And then we've had a conversation today. You know, throughout the day we were messaging each other. It wasn't like back and forth. It was, you know, both of us would answer like every hour or so. Because I also just don't have my phone. So I had to drive all the way to my mom's to like go check it, you know. And I checked it like 4 times today. So that's what I mean when I said we had a conversation. But it wasn't 40 messages back and forth. It was, I would go check my phone, I would answer it, and like 20 minutes later he would answer, and an hour later I would answer, and just stuff like that. And I'm also trying to just take it for what it is in the current moment and not dissect it, but I can't help it. But I mean, overall, it was just like a pretty neutral conversation. You know, there was some more apologies shared. Like, pretty much the extent of anything we've said to each other so far has only been apologies, which is great. But it's still not the words that I want to hear, and I don't know if I'll ever hear those words. And that's the hardest part every single day. So, I don't know what tomorrow will be like, and it's just so frustrating to know that what caused the breakup was preventable, and everything was just the biggest combination of just like misunderstanding and miscommunicating and not just being honest about where we were mentally and stuff. And I don't even know if we knew how bad we were mentally at the time either. And it sucks knowing that 2 people still care about each other and 2 people didn't want this. And we're still separate right now. So that one's hard to wrap your head around. This really sucks. I felt like driving around a little today, like just getting out of the house. I felt a little blah this morning because he hadn't messaged back yet, and he still hasn't opened it, you know, the last message that I sent. It's, you know, it's, well, it's just scary. Because there are plenty of reasons why he could be messaging me for his own healing, and that doesn't mean, I just hope we keep talking, and I hope that, you know. On the way here, I was listening to some music. I haven't done that in a long time. But I didn't put on the playlist he made me. Like 2 weeks after we met, he made me a playlist, and I didn't put it on. But there's a song in it that I always, before I even realized it was in the playlist, a couple months ago, you know, when we're thinking about wedding stuff, I always thought that might be the song we like walked back down the aisle to or something. And this was like frilly, because we wouldn't have like a big wedding for years if all that was happening. It was just, you know, I finally started picturing a wedding, and because I didn't do that as a kid. But I pictured that song, and then I realized after we broke up that song was in that playlist he made. I thought that song was new, and he made that playlist like 2 years ago. Took a clip of it, you'll see it in a second. But I ended up driving to the Parthenon, and I didn't know if I would come back here for a long time. This place is pretty significant to us. The night we met in person for the first time, we hung out until all the bars closed in Nashville, which was like 3 a.m. And then we just drove around and we made it to the Parthenon. And we stayed here until like 6 in the morning, just hanging out and talking. And we always came here before he left. We had a lot of things here. He even did a race here at night. Like, it was a nighttime race. It was super cool. I hope he knows how much I love him and how much I care about him and that I would do anything in the world for him. I hope he really, really knows that. I did write a little list of things to do today. Like, just to give myself a list of things to do. So, you know, and it was just little things, because if you make too big of a list or too big of a project, you're just not going to do it, or at least I won't. So it's like little things. Like, I told myself to clean the bathroom up and like throw away some old makeup and skincare and stuff and pay my therapy bill. I have a million dishes to do, but on my list was just wash the silverware, because it's in a separate spot anyway. I can just grab it. Start cleaning the dining room table off, because that's like a big, I just put everything there when I come in or I leave, and it's just piled up. And I know Kevin has some stuff on there as well, so I'll need to go through all that to get his stuff. And I'm not going to get too personal, because it is like my business and it is his business, but something, you know, as far as sending our stuff back and forth to each other. He made a comment, we started talking, and I had just told him that, because I had asked him to send some stuff back, and I think it just kind of got lost in communication, because I meant, if you don't want it, send it back. And so he said something, he was like, you asked for it all back, you know, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know if it included this and this. And I said, well, I only asked for stuff like pictures and letters I wrote you back, because I was scared that you would throw them away. And he said that he hasn't thrown anything away, and he would never do that. So that's nice. It's just way too much talking. These videos are way too much talking. I did bring a couple books, but I don't know if I want to, like, it's pretty hot for one, and I also just don't know if I'm in that headspace right now to go sit out at the Parthenon and stuff. But I might drive around a little bit, although the nostalgia of listening to some music has wore off. I'm not good with listening to music. I might drive around a little bit more, though. I found a YouTube video that I want to listen to, so I might just drive around. You know, I have to focus on the road, so I'm not completely in my head, just a little. And there's so many prominent spots in this city where he is at, and I don't know if I want to drive down them, and I don't know if I want to avoid them. The problem is I know exactly what I want, but you don't always get what you want. Because it's like, I've also not only lost my boyfriend, and who I thought I was spending the rest of my life with. I don't know what is going to happen. In a perfect world, we would be able to communicate and talk, and we would start slow, and we would start over, and we would just do long distance now if that's what we needed. And distance always hurt us, but maybe because we both have so much to heal, we could use it to our advantage this time. You know, we've learned a lot about each other and this just life and all of this happening, and I'm tired of people telling me, take what you learn and put it towards your next relationship. Why? We didn't break up because we didn't like each other, so why can't we take what we learn and give it back to each other? That pisses me off, but it would take two of us being able to understand that and want to do that, and that also sucks. So I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. Well, it's like I've also lost my best friend. And I always knew that people said, oh, like, date someone that can be your best friend, and I always understood it, or I thought I did, but I get it now. He's the best friend that I've ever had. And I just miss him. A little more progress that I made today. You know, I got up and I cleaned a little. I did skincare last night and this morning. I reached out to a friend. Well, she reached out to me and I reached out to her on different platforms on different days, but we reached out to each other, and I would like to see her. I'm obviously not going on that trip I was supposed to be going on tomorrow, and that's okay. I'm okay with that, especially with how all of that went. I'm completely okay with that. I've just been talking a ton again. I think I'm just gonna drive around. I don't know when I'm gonna end this healing diaries, but I think for the next healing diaries, I might take myself out on a little reading picnic. I might come back here, honestly. I love it here. It's like all of this spaces and everything around here that were so special to me before Kevin became even more special because of Kevin, because I let him into those spaces, and now everything just feels so lonely. My goal for the next healing diaries is to go on a little picnic, just get some fruit, a blanket, and some books, and read. I brought some books today. I might even stop and read somewhere a little bit, but Kevin actually showed me that coffee place. Rate the setup. Hi. It's been a couple days since I've updated. I don't even know what the last thing I said was. I've been kind of blah this weekend, just after everything that happened earlier in the week. And then today I've just been really anxious and met up with a friend and everything, which was nice. And it's just, today is one of those days where it's hitting me that I've lost so many things, like friends, a great job, my boyfriend. And out of all of those, the only one I care about is the boyfriend. And I'm just feeling really anxious today and just had like a bit of an emotional day. I'm gonna end this healing diaries here. I'm gonna try to start one tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to just do some things for myself, I guess. So earlier in this video, I obviously went to the Parthenon, which was significant for Kevin and I, but I didn't really get out. I just got out for a second. And this week I'm going to try to take myself on like a little picnic out there, like actually sit outside. I'm going to take some books. I'm even going to try to film another video that's not related to the Healing Diaries videos. And I don't know. I mean, I just want him to come home. And I'm just struggling this week and struggling today for sure. So I did start a new book, like writing one. I had kind of paused on my writing for a while because everything had romance in it, and this is very different. I've started journaling again. So, you know, like little things this week that were good. So that's good. But overall, the week has been really odd. And this weekend has been pretty rough. I'm going to end this one here. Positives from this Healing Diaries. I want to say positive was getting to talk to Kev a little bit, but I need to approach it from positives for what I've done for myself. I started journaling and I started writing a new book. Small wins, I guess. This really sucks.